A very good morning, dear students. This is Richa here from DAV Public School, Shri Muktsar Sahib. So let's continue our chapter number 1, that is not for profit organizations, and today we are going to do our topic, that is receipts and payment account. Okay, so firstly let's understand the meaning of receipts and payment account. For this I have written some points here, so we will read one by one. So our first point says it is a summary of cash receipts and cash payments. It is a summary means we just have to take all the amounts from the cash book. All cash receipts and all cash payments are to be taken from cash book in order to make a receipts and payment account. The next point says it begins with opening balance of cash and bank and ends with closing balance of cash at bank. So what this point says, see, have a look at the format of receipts and payment account. So because this is an account, so it will be prepared in a T format like this. So this is our debit side, this is credit side. All the receipts will be recorded on the debit side. So right here, receipts, then amount, payments and amount. Now let's read again. Our point number 2, it begins with opening balance of cash and bank. It means whenever we have to start our receipts and payment account, we have to begin our account with balance brought down. Whether we are having cash in hand, like opening balance of cash, or the balance at bank, to cash at bank. So we have to start our receipts and payment account with the opening balance of cash and bank. Then is and ends with closing balance of cash and bank. Means why receipts and payment account is to be prepared? It is to be prepared in order to get the closing balance. Like at the end, whether we are having a positive balance of cash or bank or a negative one. So this is our end result. Like we prepare, the main motive to prepare receipts and payment account is to get the balance of cash as well as bank. So our result will be by balance carried down. It may be cash in hand or a positive bank balance. So we will be having a positive balance at the end if the receipts are greater than the payments, right? If our payments are greater than the receipts, then we will get a negative balance, means bank overdraft. Like then you have to write here to balance carried down, and in bracket we will write here overdraft or bank overdraft, right? So this is how we have to start and we have to end with a positive balance or a negative balance. Okay, so let's proceed. Next is it is an asset account. Why it is called an asset account? It also called a real account. You all know that according to accounting concepts, real accounts are those accounts which deals in assets. So because we are dealing in cash and bank balances, like all cash receipts and all banking transactions, so those are current assets. So that is why this account is called our asset account or real account, right? Next point is it is prepared on cash basis of accounting. While making receipts and payments account, we have to record only cash basis transaction. As I have already written here, only cash receipts and cash payments we have to include. So we have to ignore credit based transactions. That is why it works on cash basis of accounting. Then is it shows all receipts and payments whether they are of revenue nature or capital nature. This is the most important point that we have to consider while making receipts and payment account. Means we have to take all kinds of receipts, whether it is of revenue nature. Revenue nature means rent received, right? Interest received, donations received, legacy, entrance fees, life membership fees. So these subscriptions, so all these receipts we have to take no matter whether it is of revenue nature or capital nature. On the other hand, if we talk about payments, again we have to take all kind of payments, whether we are purchasing building or we are purchasing raw material or we are purchasing stationery, we are paying rent, we have to take all kind of payments, right? So what we will do, we have to write all the receipts on the debit side and all the payments on the credit side. Then we will make a total of both sides. If our receipts are greater, then we will get this balance. This will be our balancing figure, right? On the other hand, if the payments will be greater, then we will get an overdraft, a bank overdraft here. So this will be our balancing figure. So this is how we have to make our receipts and payment account. This is very easy because you just have to recognize the receipts and the payments and you have to transfer in the respective columns and you will get your closing balance of cash in hand or cash at bank. Okay. Now in your book you will be having 6 questions of this topic. So please try all those questions by your own and send me your queries. Thank you so much.